Are you considering a move to the Dallas area, but you're still not really sure where you want to go because you don't know how long it takes to get anywhere? What if I live in this part of town? Can I get over here in a reasonable amount of time? Am I going to be conveniently located to airports and shopping and all of those things that you're probably wondering about? Well, you're in the right place because in this video, that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to take you into my laptop and we're going to do a little Google map tour. And I'm going to show you just how long it takes to get to all the places that you're probably going to want to go. So let's take a look. If this is your first time to the channel and you're excited to learn everything there is to know about the Dallas-Fort Worth area, be sure to subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you're always up to date on the latest market insights. My name's Tara McGraw. I'm a realtor right here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I help people like you every single day. So whether you're looking to make a move in a week or a year down the road, across country, or all the way across the globe, feel free to reach out. My team and I would love to help you make a smooth transition to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Okay, so here we are inside the Google map, and you can see Dallas is right here. And most of the time, people didn't really go past 635 back in the day. I mean, back in the old days. 635 is right here. So this area was called North Dallas. And if we zoom in a little closer, you can see that. It was called North Dallas, and we still call it that, but this part of Dallas that we are talking about was called Far North Dallas because people just didn't really go north of 635. This was kind of the boonies out here. But now it's really actually very centrally located because if you look at the map in the Dallas Metroplex, we've really developed all the way out here. So you've got Plano, Frisco, McKinney, all these towns out here have all really just expanded. So this is all full of houses. This is not country roads out here anymore. Okay, all the way to 380. This is all really developed. Now this has developed too, but we're not really talking about that right now. We're sticking to the Dallas area at the moment. So all of this is the Dallas Metroplex, and I'm cutting it off here because you know what? People don't really go to South Dallas. Let's just be real, okay? Most everybody kind of stays to this area. But this is all houses, and Far North Dallas is right in here, okay? So that's the area that we are going to be talking about today in this video. So let me zoom in a little bit closer, and you can see, here we are, Far North Dallas. 635 is here to the south, and you've got George Bush Turnpike here on the north end, and then the tollway goes north and south on this side, and actually it does kind of bump out a little bit right here. They gerrymandered the lines a little bit, but this area over here is Richardson. So the east border is pretty much going to be right here up Coit Road. So this is Richardson over here, and we are looking at this area in the middle, this little box. So while this is a newer developed area than the rest of Dallas, it still has a median household age of about 1981. So, you know, a lot of these houses started being built around, in here you're going to see more of like 1960s, and then this area over here you're going to see a lot of 1970s. And then you might see some 80s up in this area, 80s and 90s, maybe even some 2000s, but pretty much, you know, Plano kind of started getting built up around the 90s in this area. So you're going to see 80s here, 90s here. So that's kind of the same pattern that this area followed as well. But being so centrally located, it is very, very convenient. So the homes might be a little bit older, but it's a very convenient area. So people really like living over there. You can get on the tollway really easily if you need to commute downtown for work. So let's just look at this. I'm going to drop a pin right here in the middle of Far North Dallas. Okay, this is an area over here that's called Prestonwood. That's kind of this area over here. And then you've got the Bent Tree area, Bent Tree North, And there's Preston Trail right here. That's what these golf courses are. This is Preston Trail Golf Course and the Bent Tree Golf Course. Then you have, this is the Clubs of Prestonwood Golf Course over here. Then you have Northwood in this area. That's Canyon Creek over there, so that's Richardson. But this area right here is Northwood Hills. So this is going to be really beautiful 1960s, 1970s homes that you can really get a lot for your money over there, because you've got the larger lots, really larger lots in general in this area. So if we kind of zoom in on these neighborhoods, you can see that the streets, if they're a little bit further apart, like look at this, streets are further apart. So your lots are going to be bigger on this area. Now when we go over here, it's a little tighter. So you can see that those are going to be smaller lots in that Richardson area. But if you go up further into certain areas in Richardson, you're going to have larger lots too. But we're not talking about Richardson today. We're talking about far north Dallas. So this whole area in here is very green, lots of trees, very mature trees, pretty, pretty, pretty. All this area really is. There's a neighborhood in here that is called the Williamsburg Estates. It's actually down here. This is going to be where it is. And all these lots in here, a lot of them have creek views. So we don't really have a whole lot of creeks in the area, but in the far north Dallas area, you do. You've got quite a few going up this way, and you've got White Rock Creek that comes all the way up to this area. So that is a really, really considered like a premium situation if you can get a lot like that. So those are just a couple of the neighborhoods that you would want to look at. So I'm going to drop a pin in Prestonwood, because the schools there are really good, and that is a good kind of central location. Park Hill Middle School is the middle school that everybody wants to be in. So let's just say that you are living right there, right by the school, and you need to commute downtown. I'm just going to show you just how convenient this location is. So let's say you're going to go downtown Dallas because you work down there, or you just want to go down there. Okay, 25 minutes. Now it's not rush hour right now or anything, so you're probably getting out pretty early. If you were going at rush hour, that's not going to be a fun commute, I'm not going to lie, but you can time it right, then you're looking pretty good. But let's just say that it's 5 p.m. So it could be up to an hour, but it's not 5 p.m. right now. 30 minutes, try to go around traffic if that's what you need to do. Now, what if you are commuting to Frisco? Because Frisco is just north of this area. So that's one of the great things about it, is that you don't have to commute downtown to go to work. You could find a job in Plano or in Frisco or Addison even. There are lots and lots of jobs in the area. So let's say we're going to go at a time that there's not traffic. So let's say it's 7 p.m. Okay, so about 20 minutes it'll take you to get up to Frisco. Not bad. So it's really very centrally located. You can get downtown easily. You can get to Frisco easily. Now let's say you wanted to go to the airport. So you have a couple of airport options. You've got DFW International Airport. That's the main one that everybody's going to be flying out of. And that's going to take you about 30 minutes. So not bad. Again, plan a little extra time if there's traffic, because you just never know here in Dallas, but that's not bad at all. Now we have another airport that is Dallas Love Field. So let's see, that's a smaller airport. I don't really use that one as much, but 25 minutes. Okay, so basically 30 minutes to either one of these airports. You've got Dallas Love Field here, and you've got the DFW International there. So again, very good location. Now, what if you have a small personal aircraft, or you want to charter a little plane? Well, good news, you've got Addison Airport right here. That would only be 8 minutes away from you. So that's excellent location, as I said. I honestly think this is one of the best locations in the city, I have to say. I've lived in far north Dallas. I lived there for 10 years, and I just loved it. I thought it was so convenient. I could get everywhere. I could get down to Highland Park if I needed to. I could get anywhere. Middle of the Metroplex, like I said. Not a whole lot of parks in the North Dallas area, in the far North Dallas area. I gotta say, I really didn't miss it. I didn't feel like I was going without when I was living there. So this is Richardson over here, but you've got Bentwood Park, Meadow Tree Park. That's in that little area. This is that little area of far north Dallas that goes over the tollway. But you've got Addison on the other side of you that has this little area called Addison Circle. And, you know, they've got a nice green space there that you can go to. So you've got that. But, you know, like I said, not a whole lot of parks in this area. It's just, we don't have a nature preserve over here. This is city. I mean, you're in the city. So just a few parks. But I have to say, I didn't miss it because I had a big lot. I mean, my house was on 3/4 of an acre. So I had lots of backyard, lots of front yard. I had a pool and grass. I mean, you don't need a park. If you've got a lot like that, just put a swing set in the backyard. You're fine. You won't miss it, I promise. That's one of the nice things about this area is that you can get a lot of house. So around here, I would say if you want to get a good sized lot, like a 0.3 acre lot at least, I mean, that's kind of on the small side for up here. Well, actually more like 0.2 is a small lot for up here, but that's going to be, you're going to be, you know, in smaller houses and things like that. But if you're looking for something with a good size lot, like a 0.3 acre lot or a ½ acre lot, you can get something for about $1 million in some of these areas. It depends on how much square footage you want, but you can get something really nice. Let's talk shopping and dining. So you do have some shopping here, and I want to zoom in here and show you some things that are about to happen. All right, so you've got the Dallas Galleria right here. This has been here for a while, and it was a big time mall, and it kind of went downhill a little bit, but it's coming back around because this area right here is being redeveloped. So this was the old Valley View Mall, and they're calling this the Midtown development. So there's already a couple of apartment complexes that have been knocked down, and then they built some nice ones in there, some newer ones. But this is all kind of getting pretty run down. There's like, you know, just some things that we don't speak of over here, or, you know, like places that we don't really go that are not going to be around too much longer because they are developing this whole area. They're calling it the Midtown development. It's going to be a 67-acre development, and they're putting in $80 million into this. It's going to be all built up with all kinds of residences. There will be office space, a big park that's like a Central Park type situation. So there you go. There's your park if you want that. And from what I understand, this is eventually all going to be sort of connected over to the Galleria. So this is really going to revitalize the Galleria and this whole area right here, because it's kind of become a little bit run down from the mall being taken down. That was, you know, these businesses really suffered whenever that left. So that's really going to revitalize this area, and it's going to be a hot spot because they're going to have lots of dining and just everything is going to be there. It's a big deal. It's going to take about 10 years to finish everything. And I believe eventually that they're going to be doing some more with this commercial space right here. And this is all kind of like condos and kind of rundown apartments over here. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the plan to acquire all of this and make it just a huge, you know, massive, amazing development. So now if you look in this area up a little further north, we're going to go up to Preston and Beltline right here. This is all commercial space in this area, but this little corner right here is called Pepper Square. Now, Pepper Square is kind of controversial right now because it is also getting run down, but the reason why they haven't done anything with it is because they're trying to redevelop it. But they've been met with some opposition from the neighborhoods around, because what they want to do here is, again, they want to do shopping and dining, but they want to do some residences up above the building. And that's where they're catching some flack for that, because the residences are supposed to be apartments, but the neighbors around do not want to rezone it for apartments. They said it would be fine to zone it as, you know, mixed use if it had condos up there. They just want people to purchase these. They don't want them to be rentals, but you know, it is what it is. The city council is talking about it, kind of a big thing. So we'll see how that turns out. I'm not really sure, but I think think either way, it is going to be beneficial for the community, just because this is looking pretty bad right now, but it will be so nice when it's done. They've also redeveloped this little area right here. This is a shopping center that they just did and they're working on still, and that's going to be really, really nice. This is all commercial shopping here. This whole area is shopping, dining. They've got little like lounges and movie theaters and everything. Anything you want, you can get to very easily right here. So this is a really good location to be in. Plus, you've got Addison Circle right across the way here too. That's also a good spot. So I'm not allowed to say that something is a good or a bad investment legally. I'm not allowed to do that. But I will say that if I were shopping in the far north Dallas area, I would probably be looking over in one of these areas. This is nice over here, okay? This area, you could go into the Prestonwood area over here, because look at how close you are to all of these new developments. This is the Bent Tree area over here. You've got Preston Trail next to it. This is a really nice area right here. Glen Abbey is a gated community, and you are going to have access to the Midtown development, the new Pepper Square development, and you've already got access to all of this right here. So I don't know, I can't say, but I'm just saying it could be a good opportunity to get in there before the prices skyrocket. Now let's drop our pin back at the middle school, and let's say you want to go watch some sports. So to go see a Cowboys game, you're going to have to go a pretty long way, because the Cowboys got moved to Arlington, and it's really kind of a long way for everyone. Okay, so just because you're in far north Dallas, yeah, if you were down here, it wouldn't be so bad, but you got a 37-minute drive all the way to Arlington. So that's a ways over there. But it is what it is. We've been used to not having the Cowboys close by for a long time. What if you want to go to a Stars game, though? You've got the American Airlines Center, and that is very convenient. You just hop on down to Victory Park, and now you're looking at a 24-minute drive, and the Dallas Stars play here, the Mavs play here, you can see concerts there. Always something going on at American Airlines Center. So very good location for hopping on and off the tollway and getting anywhere down there. So you know how I said there aren't a lot of parks in the far north Dallas area? Well, there aren't. You've got this little dog park here. There's a couple little parks. There's Celestial Park and Addison, which is, close by over there. It's like over in this area, but they're small, they're little tiny parks. Well, we have a lot of country clubs in the far north Dallas area. We're just, we're country club people up here. This was kind of considered the suburbs back when nobody would go north of 635. So people had country clubs up here. This was sort of the center of the neighborhood. And that's how you made friends. So Bent Tree, this is where I used to be a member, and I lived in Bent Tree, and everybody went to the club. That's what you did. And you've got Preston Trail Golf Club right here next door. Now this is all men, so they don't allow women there. They only allow them for, I think there's like a Valentine's dinner and a Christmas dinner that they allow them. So that is a boys club right there. But you've got the clubs of Prestonwood, and that one's an okay one. I wouldn't probably want to join there. It's a Club Corp club, and I don't know. Not that there's anything wrong with those, but this is generally just not like what you would think of like a really nice country club. This one is. Northwood is very nice. I played a lot of TCD, Tennis Competitors Dallas. That's if you're joining a club and you play tennis, that's what all the ladies do on Thursdays. They go and they play TCD. And you go to different clubs and play different ones, and it's really fun. Then everyone goes and has lunch after. So I did a lot of that. So I visited a lot of these clubs, and Northwood's really nice. They have a great tennis facility over there. Brookhaven has an awesome tennis facility. Now this is not considered far north Dallas, but it is a very good option if you're in this area and you play a lot of tennis. Brookhaven's a good one. You've also got T-Bar M, which I also used to play at. That is right down here. Now, the deal with T-Bar, this is why I quit recently, actually, because it was purchased by Woodhouse, which owns Park House down in Highland Park. Well, T-Bar is an older racket club, and it's an older facility, but they have so many indoor courts, like 8 indoor courts and something like 25 outdoor courts. Well, Woodhouse purchased them recently and they are redoing the whole place. They've knocked down the clubhouse. They're rebuilding everything. It's going to have a resort style pool with cocktail service, and it's going to be real fancy schmancy. And they're redoing the clubhouse. It's going to have a really nice restaurant, so more of like your country club vibe instead of your like sporty racket club. It's going to be more of like a country club there. But they wanted me to pay a $16,000 initiation fee. And I have been a member there for a long time. And I'm like, I don't need to pay an initiation fee because I was already a member here. So I'm sorry, I'm not giving you $16,000. So I quit that club and I'll just go play other places. I'd rather join, if I'm going to do that, I'd rather just join, one of these other country clubs. You've got Glen Eagles here in Plano. That's a nice club. The club in Prestonwood, that's kind of like an offshoot of this club over here, and it's cute. It's more kind of just for this little neighborhood over there. It's not one that you just really want to go join. But anyway, this is Plano, but if you live in this area, you could easily go to Glen Eagles too. So let's zoom out here and look at the lakes in the area. You've got quite a few that are not too far away. So remember, we're in this area. And if you wanted to go, when it gets hot here, so we go to our lakes, and you've got Grapevine Lake right over here. Kind of a small lake, but it's a good one. Lake Louisville is here. I don't love Lake Louisville just because it's so close to Dallas, and a lot of people get up there. It's a bigger lake, so they get out there in their boats and they're cocktailing, and it's not good to drink and drive. Don't do it, guys. It's not good. Lake Lavon is over here. It is also a little bit smaller lake, and you can drop your boat in and go water skiing over there. You've got this Rockwall Lake over here. I guess it's called Rockwall Lake. I don't know. It's kind of like that lake that we don't speak of just because it's really not very pretty. There's a lot of like industrial stuff over here, and I've just never really thought it was a very pretty lake, and we really don't go there. To the north, you have Lake Ray Roberts here. This is a nice big lake. Is generally pretty safe. And if you keep going up north, you've got Lake Texoma. As you can see, there is a border going through there. Part of it is in Texas and part of it is in Oklahoma, hence the name Texoma. But it's a very big lake. It's a man-made lake, and they dammed it up, and that's where a lot of people have lake houses in the Dallas area because it's not that far. A lot of people have lake houses on Cedar Creek Lake as well, but Texoma I like it better because it's a bigger lake and it's deeper, and Cedar Creek's kind of shallow, but it's fine. It's still a good lake. Something you need to know about the far north Dallas area, which is why you need me to be your realtor, because I know about these things. They are building the Silver Line that is going to go through North Dallas, through far North Dallas. Okay, oops, I came in a little close there. All right, so it's going to be coming from Plano. This railroad track it's an old railroad track they weren't using anymore. So they decided that they were going to purchase this. Well, the city was just going to take it over, or the Transportation Commission or whoever decides that is going to take this over, and they're going to put a dart rail going through there. Well, this has really not been used for many, many years. And there are homes built up all around it. So people are pretty upset about it because this thing is going to be running all the way to the airport, and it's going to be going all the time. So it's like a 26-mile track that they're going to be running. And I don't know how often it's going to be going past, but if it's just going back and forth between the airport and it's like a dart rail system like that goes downtown, then it's going to be coming through a lot. And it's going to be noisy. I'm sorry, it's going to be noisy. So these people who have their homes here, that's kind of crappy for them because they didn't know that was going to go back into use. And now they've got this running behind. That's going to hurt their property value. So you need to know where that's running through. It's not gone all the way over here. They've made it to about Hillcrest. So you need to know where that's coming through over here, because if you purchase in that area and then that comes through, you're going to be upset. They're building some big concrete walls that are going to go around it, which it's supposed to help with the noise, but I'm sorry, it's going to be noisy. They say that it should have been put underground, but they didn't, and I don't know. I just know that I wouldn't be happy about it either. Well, that wraps up our Google Map tour. I hope you found this information useful. Thank you so much for watching. Maybe you're one step closer to making a move to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And if you'd like some help with that, then I would be happy to assist you. My contact information is in the description below. My team and I would love to help you make a smooth transition to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And until next time, I will see you in the next video.